Your profile with qualified creatives is what hiring managers see whenever you decide to apply to a position of interest. Your comprehensive profile includes all relevant information employers request about your employment desires, skills, work experience, and when applicable, portfolio samples to demonstrate your style and project experience. Let's get started. The next time you log into Qualified Creatives, your profile will look like this. First, select Employment Interests. This is where you tell us if you're interested in freelance projects, full-time positions, or both. Here is where you'll tell us how far from your home zip code you are willing to commute. Here is where you tell us if you're open to relocation opportunities and the markets you'll entertain moving to. Here is where you select your preferred method of contact about new positions. And finally, your bio. This is the first thing prospective employers see when reviewing your profile. Take some time to describe what you do, where you'd like to be, and a brief summary of your experience. Next is career experience. Review the available titles and select titles that you've held during your career. When you select creative titles such as art director, copywriter, or graphic designer, please keep in mind that you will be asked to upload portfolio samples to demonstrate your experience in these areas as the last step in building your profile. Enter the number of years you've held a given title and enter a comment as to where you held this title. When you're done, save your entries. Next are platform, software, and technology experience. Let us know what operating system experience you have and for how many years you've worked in a given platform. Please review the proficiency scale before entering your experience to give an accurate accounting of your skills. Then select appropriate software or programming languages you have experience with. Some employers require software skills testing as a precondition of employment. Only select willing to test when appropriate. When you are done, save your selection. Next, enter your professional references. Professional references should be people you have worked for or with that can speak to your professional abilities. You should ask their permission in advance, verify their email address, and let them know to expect an email within 24 to 48 hours from Qualified Creatives. The subject of this email will be professional reference followed by your full name. Qualified Creatives will send one email to your references asking 7 questions about their experience working with you. Only their answers are made available to employers as part of your profile. Qualified Creatives will never share your references' contact information or name with anyone. When you are done, save your entries. Next is project experience. Most employers want to know what specific project experience you have that is represented in your portfolio. Review the various projects below and make the appropriate selections. The volume of experience for a given project type is shared in a range, so you do not have to be exact. A rough estimate is fine. When you're done, save your entries. Next is industry experience. Please note if you've worked at an advertising agency or an in-house corporate marketing department during your career, and note the specific agencies or companies you've worked for. Then let us know what specific industry segments you've worked on and a brief note of where and when you gained this experience. Finally, if you've selected visual creative titles such as web designer or graphic designer, or you've entered copywriter experience, you will now be prompted to upload portfolio samples from your profile homepage to complete your profile. Graphic samples fall into 3 categories: web and flash, print and graphics, and demo reel and TV spots. Each option has specific instructions as to file size and file naming. Please review the instructions before you begin. Each portfolio sample you post must include a brief 2 to 3 sentence description of your involvement for the work shared. For example, I was responsible for the design and layout of this brochure using Photoshop and InDesign for ABC Company. You can also include web addresses and, when available, for live web samples, as well as hosted demo reels and TV spots so hiring managers can see or hear your work as intended. You can include up to 20 portfolio samples, so please select samples that best demonstrate your design abilities as well as your diversified experience. Copy samples must be legible for hiring managers to actually read. We can accept JPEG files but recommend Word or PDF files when available. When posting JPEG files where the copy may be too small to read, please enter the copy in the space provided. You can also enter a creative brief to give the reader a better idea of who the target audience was and how the copy was ultimately used when appropriate. The whole process will take you less than an hour, and when you're done, we have a comprehensive and detailed professional profile of your skills, experience, and samples of your work to share with employers to which you apply. Your profile and employment search are your business. Qualified Creatives does not make your profile available to anyone. Only companies to which you apply will have access to your profile, and of course you can make updates or changes to your profile whenever you wish. Please review a sample profile by selecting the URL and the email we sent so you better understand what a final profile looks like. If you have any additional questions or experience any problems creating your profile, please feel free to call us and we'll be glad to help. Welcome to Qualified Creatives. We look forward to helping you find your next freelance client or full-time position.